Hi there booktube, how you all doing? Yeah, and welcome to a brand new series. This is a weekly poem, and it is what it says on the tin. I'm just going to be reading a poem every week, just straight off my shelves, something I found interesting, or something I'm just kind of in the mood for, I guess. And yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to share some of the poems I like with you, and I hope you find them interesting too. Before I get into this week's poem, if you're interested in sort of poetry related content, Lukasz over at The Cruel Reader's Thesis, he's been doing a series called Possessed by Memory, where he's been memorising poems and reading them out by heart. And he's sharing that experience over on his channel, so I'll link that underneath. I think he's only got 2 videos or so in that series so far. If you want to, you can check that out too. This week I'm going to be reading a poem by a poet who, I don't really think has got the recognition he really deserves. It's a poet called W.S. Graham. I'm not sure if over in the US many people will have heard of him. I don't really know. And even here in the UK, I don't think too many people, even in the poetry world, have heard of him. Well, maybe it's different now, but I guess in his life, particularly in the second half of his life, he kind of fell into obscurity, kind of because of so in the 50s with the movement poets like Philip Larkin and Kingsley Amis, because the stuff they were writing was sort of kind of light verse, stuff like W.S. Graham. He was kind of neo-romantic, quite energetic, sometimes even apocalyptic in his poetry writing, and it was just kind of romping around, and no one really knew what he was saying, and that kind of fell out of favour really in the mid-50s. So he kind of became a bit more of an obscure figure later in life, and it was only after he died and in like the last 30 years or so that his reputation's got a bit better. He's a poet that I've just discovered in the last maybe 6 months, and I'm really enjoying. And the poem I want to share with you, it's in the earlier part of his career, in this kind of neo-romantic period, it's a bit calmer and stiller, more, I suppose. It's kind of a contemplative kind of poem. It's called Since All My Steps Taken. And it's a poem kind of about walking, about hiking up a mountain, and that idea of one step after another, and that as you're taking that step, all your steps you've taken in your life are leading up to that step. And I think he's trying to draw a parallel between hiking and that quiet space, and the quiet of sitting at the desk and writing, and there's the phrase that keeps coming up in the poem, mind on the word's crest, almost as if a word is coming in like a wave, and his mind's there rolling on it, and he just has to wait for it to break. He's kind of comparing that to, as he's on the mountain, he's stopping and listening for something like a bird call. I'm not sure if I'm, there's probably more in there. Maybe there'll be something else that stands out to you. So I'll just let the poem talk for itself now. Since All My Steps Taken, by W.S. Graham. Since all my steps taken are audience of my last, with hobnail on Ben Narnan, or mind on the world's crest. I'll walk the Kyle-side shingle with scarcely a hark back to the step dying from my heel, or the creak of the rucksack. All journey since the first step from my father and mother towards the word's crest, or walking towards that other. The new step arrives out of all my steps taken, and out of today's light. Day long I've listened for, like the cry of a rare bird, blown into life in the ear, the speech to that dead horde. Since all my steps taken are audience of my last, with hobnail on Ben Narnan, or mind on the word's crest. Right, yeah, so yeah, thank you. That's it for this week with the weekly poem, and yeah, we'll see what we get next week. Yeah, let me know what you thought of W.S. Graham and of that poem in the comments if you like, and if there are any other poems that you like and you'd like to share and you'd like me to read and look into, feel free to share it with me. I'd love you to. Yeah, I'd love to see suggestions for reading in the comments. But yeah, that's it for now. Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Good night. Bye bye.